We've been doing a lot of gaming laptop videos in the recent times, right? But today's video is gonna be a bit different. This particular one is like mainly targeted for all the content creators out there. And also the specs and features on this one are very interesting. Main thing is this laptop comes with like a highly color calibrated OLED display and also has like a very capable hardware, guys. Intel's 12th gen platform paired with RTX 30 series GPUs. So this is Asus all new Vivobook Pro 15 OLED 2022 edition. And this is what we'll be unboxing and checking out in this video. Let's get started. So our brand new Vivobook Pro 15 OLED comes in this sort of box packaging, and as I've told you, this is the all new 2022 model powered by Intel's 12th gen CPUs. You've got the Asus branding everywhere, it says Vivobook over here, and at the back is where you've got all of its main highlights and specs mentioned. Let me give you a closer look and talk about that. Model we'll be covering today is K6500ZE, comes with a 15.6 inch 1080p OLED panel, guys, and you know it's powered by Intel's i5 12th gen CPU paired with RTX 3050 Ti GPU and has like 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM and also has like 512 GB PCI Gen 3 SSD. And talking about the CPU variants, this particular laptop is actually available in i7 variant as well, so it's up to you which one you want to go for. And that is pretty much it. Without wasting any more time, let's get started with the unboxing. By the way, Vivobook Pro 15 OLED comes in two colors. Today we have the quiet blue edition in the house. There you go. As soon as you open it, we've got the brand new laptop at the top, comes nicely packed in this cotton bag. Let me just take it out and show you. Oh wow. Laptop actually looks quite beautiful, guys, you know, very class and minimalistic from our initial impressions. We'll just come back to it in a moment. Keeping that aside, let me also show you all the accessories. There's some paperwork over here, just make sure to read that. Along with that, you get a 150 watt fast charger for the laptop and a mains cord for the adapter. That is it. These are all the stuff we got in the package. Now let's have a closer look and talk about the design and build quality of the new Vivobook from Asus. There's a sticker over here that highlights some of its main features and stuff, and as I've told you, main highlight of this laptop is that OLED display, guys. It's like a highly color calibrated display made for content creators and is also Pantone validated. We'll talk about the display and the panel in a moment. Keeping that aside, first let's talk about the looks and the design. So Vivobook Pro 15 OLED has a very minimalistic and classic look, guys. You know, we have the quiet blue edition, and look at this very clean look over here, just the Asus Vivobook branding, and that is it. Has a matte sort of finish and build quality also looks very good. Top lid is made of metal and laptop is also like a bit heavy in the hand only for a notebook. It's around like 1.8 kgs and has a thickness of around 0.78 inches. If you talk about the durability and toughness, well, laptop is actually very well built and it's like quite sturdy in the hand. The brand says this model meets all the US military grade tough standard for reliability and durability and can withstand even extreme conditions and temperatures. So that is actually a good thing. Now let's have a closer look and check out all the available connectivity ports on it. Starting off from the left, you've got two USB 3.0 ports available, some status LED indicators for power and battery charging, and going to the other side here, you've got some more ports over here which includes a 3.5mm audio jack, micro SD card reader is also available, Thunderbolt 4.0 port is there, a full-sized HDMI, one more USB 3.0 port, and lastly a DC in for charging the laptop. And here's how the bottom of the laptop looks like. Entirely metal body, guys. As you can see, good construction. You've got a couple of air intakes as well on the bottom, and these two are your stereo speakers powered by Dolby Atmos. You've got some rubber footpad as well, and if you talk about the upgradability, well, there's nothing to do with the RAM. It's like fixed 16 GB, but storage on it can be expanded up to 2 TB. So that was about the exteriors. Now let's have a look at the interiors as well. There you go. This is how the laptop looks like. As I've told you, main highlight on this model is that display. It's got like a 15.6 inch 1080p OLED display that is like highly color calibrated, and look at those bezels also. Bezels are very thin. It's got like a three-sided nano edge bezel design and looks quite beautiful. Going to the top, there's a 1080p webcam available with a privacy shutter function. On the bottom, you've got the Asus Vivobook branding, and that is pretty much it. Now moving on, let me give you a closer look at the lower half section and talk about the keyboard and the touchpad. The laptop features their all-new ErgoSense keyboard with a white LED backlighting, and quality of the keyboard was very good over here. It's got like a desktop-inspired layout with a dedicated number keypad on the right, And if you talk about the keycaps are also nice. It had like a slight 0.2 mm curve that made it feel very ergonomic and comfortable while typing. And in fact, the quality of the keys are also good. They offered like a long 1.4 mm key travel, and we're offering like a tactile and clicky feedback while using. On the overall, guys, I had a great time typing on this keyboard, and the overall comfort level was pretty good. And coming down to the touchpad is also like pretty good. It's got like a premium glass covered touchpad, and it was easily recognizing all my inputs and gestures, didn't face any sorts of dead zones anywhere, and left and right integrated buttons are also fine. And good thing is the laptop also offers a fingerprint reader directly integrated into the power button itself. So moving on, let's talk about some of the main aspects of this model, starting off with the display. And as I've told you guys, main highlight over here is Vivobook Pro 15 features a 15.6-inch 1080p OLED display on this model. And let me tell you, I've been using the laptop for the past few days, right? I was blown away by the display. It's like a very beautiful looking display. Now come on, it's an OLED panel. There's nothing less you can expect over here. It's got 1080p resolution, so there's like good amount of detail and clarity no matter what sort of content you view on it. That too at 15.6 inches, which is like more than enough. Talking about the contrast levels were very good thanks to that OLED panel, near to infinite contrast levels with deep black levels as well. And talking about the colors were also very rich and accurate. Now that is because the panel supports like 100% DCI-P3 color gamut range and is also Pantone validated. So out of the box you can expect like very accurate and rich looking colors. So benefit is you can use this laptop easily for content creation or these sort of applications, especially for like color grading, video editing and these sort of stuff. And we'll definitely be talking about the performance as well in a moment. And moving on, talking about the brightness, panel was also like quite bright, guys. It could go up to like 600 nits of brightness, and I had no issue viewing this display even in like brightly lit rooms. Viewing angles are also excellent, and on the overall, guys, you'll be like very happy and satisfied with the panel over here. Wait a second, we haven't spoke about the audio, right? So Vivobook Pro 15 OLED features stereo speakers powered by SmartAmp technology, and yes, it supports Dolby Atmos as well. So during my usage, I felt the audio quality was good, but not the best sounding speakers I've seen on a laptop, especially around this price point. There was good amount of detail, everything was like easily audible, clarity was also nice, minimum distortion levels, but audio output was a bit less. So this is something you'll have to keep in mind. Alright, I know you people have been waiting for this part, so let's talk about the performance. But before that, let me quickly brush you up on the specs. So Vivobook Pro 15 OLED is powered by Intel's 12th gen CPUs and is available in a couple of variants. You get both i5 and i7 variants paired with like 3050 or a 3050 Ti, so choice is up to you. Today in the house, we have the i5 variant. So our laptop is powered by Intel's i5 12450H, which is an 8-core 12-thread CPU with a max turbo of up to 4.4 GHz. It's got like 4 P cores and 4 E cores on board and is a very capable CPU around this price point. In fact, it's much more powerful than the i5 1240p CPU that you might have seen in the recently reviewed notebooks. I've run a couple of benchmarks, and on Geekbench 5 we got a single core score of 1650 and a multi-core score of 8968. On Cinebench R23 we got a single core score of 1593 and a multi-core score of around 9279. Those are actually some pretty impressive scores, guys, and there's almost like 15% higher single core performance compared to 1240p and almost like 25 to 30% higher multi-core performance than the i5 1240p. And let me tell you, I've been using it for the past few days, right? Performance on this system was very good. I had like no complaints over here. Day-to-day tasks like browsing the web, doing multiple sort of stuff, office related works has been like a breeze on the Vivobook Pro 15 OLED. I've even ran like a dozen Chrome tabs streaming 4K videos on YouTube, parallelly browsing the web and doing a lot of other stuff, and I had no issues or lags anywhere during my usage. Keeping all of that aside, I did a bit of productivity and content creation work as well, like running Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and I could easily edit 1080p videos with a bit of graphic intensive works also, not an issue at all thanks to that i5 paired with the 3050 Ti. And apart from that, you might get a question like, how is the gaming performance? Can you use it for gaming? Of course you can do gaming on it. It's got like very capable hardware on board. You can easily play most of the AAA title games at 1080p resolution, high graphics at a consistent 60 FPS frame rate. I've even ran games like GTA 5, Assassin's Creed and a couple of other games, and I could easily run those on this system. The only limitation I felt over here was that 60 Hz refresh rate. I really wish, the brand would have at least offered like a 90 Hz or maybe like a 120 Hz panel on this system. We're almost coming to an end, so let me tell you about the battery life as well. So the Vivobook Pro 15 OLED features a 70 watt hour 3 cell lithium ion battery, and battery life was actually pretty good on this system. So on a moderate sort of usage with the brightness set around 50%, doing a bit of day-to-day tasks like browsing the web, watching a bit of YouTube videos and also replying your mails, I was getting somewhere around like 9 to 10 hours of battery life. And not to worry, you do have like an included 150 watt fast charger, right? So that'll help you quickly top up the battery. Well, that's it, our review on the Vivobook Pro 15 OLED Intel 12th Gen Edition. Very good laptop for office and productive sort of usage. Main highlight is that OLED display, guys, and decently good hardware on board. My only complaints here were, since it was made for like content creators and productive sort of applications, a 16 by 10 panel with a quad HD resolution would have been like greatly appreciated. Second is speaker output also could have been a bit higher. And lastly, the price. I felt the laptop was a bit on the expensive side. The i5 variant itself costs around 90,000 rupees in India. Now, if you look at the competition in the market, by spending 10,000 rupees more, you're actually getting the AMD version of the same Vivobook, that too with 2.8K OLED display and Ryzen 9 5900HX and 3050 Ti. So to be honest, I felt that's a better overall deal. Anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you all enjoyed watching this video and got to know everything about the model, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.